test kitchen. We're almost on the road, literally.
We are on the road.
We're in the car parking lot anyhow.
We're in the parking lot. We're right here at the beautiful Youngstown Foundation Amphitheater, and we're here doing Oaxaca, our pop-up taco truck.
We're doing Oaxaca, and if you hear the music in the background, Earth, Wind, and Fire is doing a sound check right now. They're going to play tonight. It's a Friday night here in Youngstown.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with the name first. Oaxaca is
a region in Mexico. It's all the way down the Pacific coast, right next to Guatemala.
Okay.
So Oaxaca is actually spelled Oaxaca, but we figured we'd do a little play on words and we spelled it phonetically, make it a little bit easier for people to pronounce. So Oaxaca, I like it. It's catchy, and it's the culinary capital of Mexico.
And that's where they do a lot of their cooking there. They're famous for it, right?
They're famous for mole, and they're famous for mezcal tequila.
Okay.
And plus, it's an amazing, beautiful, city that has a lot of influences from a lot of cultures.
Very good.
Yeah. So,
and the restaurant Oaxaca, we may have that before you know it.
We're hoping brick and mortar by spring of 2020, right here in downtown Youngstown.
That's what I want to ask you. Do we have a location yet?
We do have a location. I don't want to say because we haven't. It's going to be here. So I haven't signed the LOI yet, but it looks pretty sound for right here in the heart of downtown Youngstown, in a classic old building that's going to be brought back from the ruins.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah,
all right,
definitely.
well, we're standing in front of the Wahaka Food Truck, right?
This is it.
And have you always wanted a food truck? A lot of people do.
I've wanted a food truck. You know, I thought it would be like this fun adventure, and you go and you drive around and like you see it on the movies, but there's such a lot of hard work that goes behind putting a food truck together. So it's fun, but it's a lot of hard work. And it's a little bit warm, especially when it's 90 degrees outside.
I would think so. And this is going to be at the certain festivals and different places around town, right?
Yeah, you know, and if we have enough advance, because, our partners, Ovation Events, we rent this truck from them. It's their truck. So as long as I have plenty of advance notice for a date, we can come to Mike Case's house and do a Oaxaca taco truck party.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I think that'd be great.
This is a really fun and interesting menu, and I want you to touch on it real quick before we take a tour.
Well, you know, what I love about Oaxaca and what I love about all of Mexico is bright, flavorful ingredients and flavors. They burst just in your mouth when you eat them, all the different textures. And, you know, I want to do something a little different than what the Valley has seen. Okay. You know, I want to do like a street version, like when I've been going to Mexico for 30 years, so I want to do like a street version of Mexican food like I get there.
Do people think you're Mexican?
They do.
Are you Mexican?
I am not even. I had my DNA test done. I am not one drop, not one percentage, but I love that country. That's probably where I'm going to retire when I'm later on in life.
Really?
Spend a few months there with my wife, Melissa.
You want to show us around a little bit?
Yeah, I can show you around.
I'll follow you. Let's go this way.
We're going to go this way.
Well, if you've ever wondered what it's like inside a food truck, now you know.
We're inside it, man.
Yeah, we are inside. And this is kind of what we're looking at here for Oaxaca.
Kind of close quarters, huh?
Fresh ingredients.
Fresh ingredients.
Seems like it might get a little steamy on these hot nights.
It's going to be a little steamy, you know, but that's the challenge in working and growing yourself as a culinarian, like Trayvon over here is doing right now. He's had some food truck experience before, so and then my sous chef Anthony's back there, so we're loading in right now. The show gates open up at 7 o'clock, so we're getting the thing ready to rock and roll.
What are some of the challenges when you go from doing one kind of food at your restaurant and then all of a sudden starting another kind at a food truck?
Well, the challenges are just like anything. You want to have an organizational plan set up. You want to make sure you're what chefs call meased out. You want to write out a proper game plan. Like I wrote out all the bulk recipes for the staff to follow for all the salsas, all the beefs, all the chickens, and things like that, because it's not normal ground beef. We're doing Pico De Gallo, which is a Mexican beef, and it has like raisins and Mexican sugar and carrots and potatoes in it.
Okay.
And then the achiote chicken we're doing for the burritos and the Oaxaca Bowls. Those are all different preparations and special ingredients. So what it does, I think, is it rounds out my staff from a culinary standpoint, presents a challenge. It shows them what it's like to set up in this kind of small environment. And then we're going to rock it out tonight, man. We got 4,000 people coming to the show, so we're going to be busy.
Do these guys have to do a practice run? Because in a food truck, you got to go quick. It's not like a restaurant where you have 15 minutes and a salad comes out.
Right. Did we have a practice run? We did, because it was opening night at the amphitheater a couple weeks ago, and it wasn't a huge crowd, like 2,500 people, and people were just walking around and looking at the amazing facility that we have here. And so we didn't get hit right out of the gate, but once we got hit, it was pretty fast-paced, and, you know, I was a man in the burritos and tacos. Jesus, wherever my Mexican chef Jesus is, he was on the flat top just absolutely dying from the heat, and it was a lot of fun. The great reception from the guests.
You talked about the burritos. Give me some things on the menu that are a little bit different from other restaurants.
Well, what we're going to do tonight is, one of the dishes we call Oaxaca nachos just for the name, but it's really, in Mexico, they don't have nachos. That's a Tex-Mex thing created in Texas. So they have what's called chilaquiles. So we're going to do chilaquiles. And so that's crispy fried tortilla strips dusted with chili lime seasoning. And then we put this wonderful poblano queso over the top of it, cotija cheese, fresh jalapenos, pico de gallo, pickled red onions. So the tortillas are a little crunchy yet a little bit soft. And so you get that really authentic flavor of Mexico. And
that sounds good.
Yeah.
This is obviously where the ingredients are. The cold ingredients are here.
Exactly. This is the cold ingredients. We're getting set up because the Oaxaca bowls are very, we want to do like, a healthy bowl that didn't have a tortilla behind it or anything like that.
Okay.
So we did the bowls, and those are popular because it's got our black beans, our black borracho beans, and it's got cilantro rice, and then it's got some cabbage, and then the salsas, and then you can either get achiote chicken or picadillo beef on top of them.
And then to the left of that, what do we have? We have
that's where all the fun is. That's the hot station. That's where the oven is. We'll be doing our, we're doing a little bit different version because we don't have a grill on this truck. So our elote, or the Mexican corn, we're deep frying it, which is actually a cool kind of twist.
Come on, really?
Yeah, because it kind of tastes like popcorn, but with all those amazing, we dip it in mayonnaise afterwards, dust it with chili lime dust, and we put the ancho chili aioli, papitas, cilantro, and the cotija cheese. It's just powerful flavors.
Wow, how about that? All right, it should be good. Manageable prices, right?
Manageable prices, yes, they are manageable prices. I mean, it's an upscale version of Mexican food, but at reasonable prices.
Okay. We are getting ready to go now. So when we come back in the next segment, tell some folks what you're going to make. We're going to do the nachos?
I think we're going to do the Mexican, the Oaxaca nachos, definitely. I mean, we'll do an elote just to have it again, but I think we're going to do a couple of the bowls, and we're going to kind of have street tacos, Mike.
You got to do it.
We're going to do some Mexican street tacos.
All right, if you're at the amphitheater, Trey, we're going to put you to work in a couple minutes, okay? If you're at the amphitheater, we're on a hill to the right, okay, tonight's location. Look for the black truck, look for the Oaxaca skull, and he will be here on August 2nd for Brett Eldridge. They'll be here for Hall & Oates on the 21st.
That's at Cavelli Center.
Oh, it is. Good. And then Steely Dan on the 27th, and then back here in September for Rob Thomas.
For Rob Thomas to close out the season here. But then we have a big one maybe possibly over at Stambaugh Stadium.
Perhaps. We'll see how it goes. Get ready to eat. We'll be back at Pesto's Test Kitchen on the road in just a bit. Pesto's Test Kitchen on the road this week in the Wahaka Food Truck. We told you about it in the last half hour, but if you're just tuning in, we're going to do some of the menu for the concerts and different events where you're going to be. And Mark is with me, and he gets nervous when I hold the knife.
That's okay.
That is a knife,
That is a nice knife. It's the newest knife from my friend Guy Fieri. Just came out with Ergo Chef. Made this knife, and with him, they designed it, and I just got it today in the mail, and I'm very excited to use it.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, we're going to start off. Mike, you like nachos?
I love nachos.
We go way back in our nacho career together, even though we worked for Chi-Chi's at different stores. This is the beauty of working a food truck. You don't know when things are going to fall down on you.
That's true.
So we got our great chili lime dusted nachos, okay? Our tortilla chips. We're going to come over here, and like I said, this is more like chilaquiles because they're going to get wet and they're going to get a little bit soft. So we're going to douse this in some beautiful poblano queso, okay? So then we're going to come over here after the poblano queso, and we're going to put some pico de gallo because you have to have pico de gallo.
Right.
Pico de gallo, it's got onions and tomatoes and cilantro, a little bit of Serrano chili, a little bit of lime juice, just really bright, flavorful. We're going to add a little bit of cotija cheese, a little bit salty. It's kind of like the Mexican feta. Okay. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to put some cilantro because that always makes that bright, fresh, citrusy flavor. Some scallions. We're going to break up that flavors and add some kick with some pickled red onions, and that just takes it to another level right there. And then, of course, see, like me, we're going to kick it up with a little bit of jalapeno, a little bit of aioli on top of that, a little bit of cremo with a little ancho chili, and that's some nachos right there, Mike.
Oh, that is perfect for sharing.
Yeah, it's perfect for sharing.
Grab a fork for this one.
Grab a fork for this one because we wanted to do something that was easy for people at the concert venue to come around and eat out of a bowl.
Okay.
So we're going to start over here. We have some borracho beans. These are our Mexican black beans. We're going to take some cilantro rice.
And you can do this veggie if you wanted to, right? You don't have to have the chicken in it
we're vegan right now.
Okay,
we're vegan right now. So the only thing you would have to say is, and we did a lot of that, and we're actually going to start playing around with something called jackfruit. And we're going to start doing some jackfruit tacos and burritos. Exactly.
Okay.
So now we're going to come over here, and I'm going to put some, I think I'm going to go the achiote chicken on top of this.
Could you get beef if you wanted to?
You could get beef or chicken.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put some pineapple Serrano salsa. Okay.
Oh, that looks so good.
Right? Some more scallions.
The nachos in the way.
Some cilantro. We got to hit it with a little bit of that crema again. And that's our bowl.
That's our bowl. This is 2 of, what, 12, 13, 14 items on this menu?
2 of 12. I think that's, it sounds good.
Yeah. And then what will we do?
It's like the Borg on Star Trek.
Yeah. What are we gonna do on the next one?
We're gonna do some elote, and we're gonna do a burrito because we're gonna put something different in a burrito. We're gonna put some chicharrones in there. It's gonna, those are fried pork rinds. It's gonna add a lot of crunch, a lot of texture, and a lot of flavor. All
right, back here in the Wahaka Food Truck. If you come to a concert here at the Amp, they're kind of on the right side, up on top of the hill. You can get in and get out and get your stuff, get back to your seat, get forks and napkins.
That's it, forks and napkins.
Be right back after this. We are back. We just put these together, the nachos and the bowl here in the Oaxaca Food Truck, and Mark is here. We're going to make some more stuff too, right?
We are going to make some more. We're going to make a street burrito.
I am a sucker for burritos.
Okay, what do you like in your burrito?
Everything except for, actually of all this stuff, I like them all.
Okay, good. Because we know there's a list behind what you don't like, so that's okay. That's all right. So we're going to start, in Mexico they don't use a lot of iceberg lettuce. Okay. They use a lot of thinly shredded cabbage. Okay. So we're going to start off with some thinly shredded cabbage, some queso casero. It's like a very mild Mexican cheese, very soft, melts really nice for quesadillas, things like that. Okay, we're gonna go with some picadillo. I love the picadillo, and again, picadillo is that beef that I was talking about. It's got the carrots, the raisins, the potatoes. It's got a little bit of cinnamon in it, a little bit of Mexican sugar in it. So we're gonna kick it up there.
Ooh, can you hear the rain coming down?
I know. This is the fun of a food truck. So we're gonna have some Pico De Gallo, and then we're gonna have some of that crema again. Okay. And now we're going to add a little something special that I love to add.
All right, so go on about this.
This is the chicharrones.
At first I thought it was cereal, honestly, but it's not cereal. It's not.
It's not cereal.
It is.
It is. So it's fried pork rinds.
Yeah.
So we crush those up.
And why did we put those in there?
Because it adds a little bit of big-time crunch, flavor, texture, all those different things. Okay. Now we're going to give it a roll, and this is different than the roll we used to do back in the day. So we're just going to roll this up. Okay. I'm going to put it inside my little foil wrap here, cut it, and then the guest out front can take this and they can put any kind of salsa they want in it out front. We have salsa rojo, salsa verde.
Oh, nice.
So
like
they can do that.
Salsa bar.
They get a little salsa bar, and there's the burrito. Doesn't that look good?
Cool, yeah. All right, I'll get that one out. I'll slide it over, and I'll move this over here.
So now we're going to go to something we have done before in the past, but it's summertime now. Ohio, sadly, because we've had some difficulties with the weather, as we're doing right now, the corn isn't quite ready, but we got some corn from Southern Ohio, Marietta.
Tell people what you did to the corn before you put it in.
We deep fried the corn.
You deep fried the corn.
And now, if you can believe it or not, we're covering it with mayonnaise.
How long do you deep fry?
Just about 3 minutes. Okay. About 3 minutes. Then we're going to cover it with chili lime dust. Just like that, and those flavors in the chili lime dust are just big and vibrant. Ancho chili aioli, like that. We're gonna hit it with some cilantro, some toasted petitas, which are pumpkin seeds, some scallion, and a little bit of saltiness with that cotija cheese, and that is elote street corn.
That is
legit.
Yeah, that is so good. And that's a triple napkin.
That's a triple napkin. You almost have to do the step back when you eat it because there's going to be some stuff that falls in front of you.
Yeah, you put your legs a little bit wider and then it's okay.
It's just like getting a big Philly beef sandwich over there in Philadelphia.
Same thing. Or a gyro at the fair and the juice.
Everything it's beautiful.
All right, so which one do you like the best? Of all these, Mark,
man, it's tough. I love the elote, but I'll tell you what, the chilaquiles or the Oaxacan straight nachos are just so flavorful and full of flavor. I love those, so I'm going to go in for one of these.
All right. This is what I'm going to have. Once I find a fork in this food truck of yours, I am going to eat this bowl. Maybe not all of it, but at least half of it anyway.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get folks the rundown on when you guys are going to be here. Okay?
We're going to be here 4 more times this
We're doing
summer.
Brett Eldridge, right?
Brett Eldridge.
Hall & Oates over at the Cavelli Center.
Hall & Oates. Rob Thomas.
And then...
And Steely Dan.
And Steely Dan in between the two.
But look for us, because check us out on Facebook, Wahaka.
Yep. And the website is up and running, WahakaTaco.com. Oaxaca is spelled not in the Spanish language. We did it like this so that people could understand.
We did it phonetically.
Yeah, there you go.
So look for us. Yeah, thank you, man.
Pesto's Test Kitchen on the road. Delicious.